Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. And welcome back to my card of the month for May. It is June 2nd, 2024. I have dogs walking around here drinking water or whatever. So if you hear clickety clack or drinking or whatever, that's my dogs. I was going to do this video last night and then I just fell asleep. So I haven't really looked at this month, and I think it's interesting how if you're just tuning in, I've done a year ahead spread every year for the last 4 years now, in either the last day of December, the year before the year, or January 1st of the year I'm doing the spread. And I do a year ahead spread every year, and I do it for all 12 months, and I am just utterly shocked every single month when I go back to that specific card for that month, and it's spot on. And I'm like, the cards just know, okay? They just know. And last year, my card of the year was the Hermit card, and I really did everything in my power to defy being a hermit. And it kind of took its toll on me, and I wound up in the hospital having all kinds of heart problems and all kinds of things happening. And so this year I took a different approach with the card of the year, which is the Wheel of Fortune for me this year. And so this year I'm actively, every time I pull my card of the month, I'm pulling a card that I like from one of my other decks from the, for the card of the year. And so my card of the year, the Wheel of Fortune, this is from the Tarot for the Great Outdoors. I love it. It's beautiful. It is, this is Yellowstone National Park. This is a unique deck in that every major is a national park in the U.S., in the United States, which I think is cool. I'm from the state, so I get it. I love the, it's a very traditional, Wheel of Fortune, but I throw it into this, specific, video when I do my card of the month, just because it's reminding myself, you know, what can we take away from the Wheel of Fortune this year? What have we done to either, personify the Wheel of Fortune, or, like, how has it applied to my life at this moment? And so it kind of keeps me in check and keeps me grounded into that card a little bit. Even though I have yet to look at, my card of the month at all this month. I totally forgot, didn't even look at it at all. And it's kind of fitting for the card that it is, because, I kind of it was a month of stalled out. I didn't buy hardly any decks. I just kind of went through and worked and kind of relaxed a little. I was kind of in hermit mode for the month of May, and it was just very interesting. So I found that fascinating. So the card of the month, and this is from my, oh my God, Spirit Song Tarot. That's the deck I pulled the spread from. It's the deck I'm kind of reintroducing myself to, because we haven't really bonded well. So I decided this is the deck I'm going to use for the year head spread, just to kind of keep in contact with it all year long. But the card of the year, or the month of May, was the Seven of Crystals, which is the Seven of Pentacles. The keywords are options and results. And I found it interesting that April was the Seven of Swords, and then May was the Seven of Pentacles. And I'm like, what's up with the sevens? I mean, it literally just hit me like 5 minutes ago, because I finally looked at the card. I'm like, oh, that made total sense. Because, and I love this deck. Love it. It's so cute, so pretty. And they kind of go together with the coloring. So, I'm going to show you the traditional from the RWS, the Smith Waite Tarot the borderless edition. It's really somebody, and I've actually seen somebody do YouTube readings on YouTube before, and he says this is the card that is the juice worth the squeeze, and I get it now because I have had kind of a journey with the Seven of Pentacles. Some things were uncovered for myself, reflected in myself that I didn't know was there. And I just find it ironic that this was the month of kind of a waiting period for myself. And that's the card that was pulled in January for the month of May. It blows my mind every time. And I'm drinking a Starbucks Frappuccino. It's white chocolate mocha. Oh my God, these are so good. But yeah, I'm drinking. It's almost gone. I just started getting into like iced coffees this year, and let me tell you, they're amazing. That one is my favorite. I do have a couple Dunkin' Donuts ones I like, but yeah. So, of course, the Seven of Pentacles is a card about you planted the seeds. Now you're in this kind of waiting period until they come to fruition and hatch and all that, and you're kind of in this stuck mode almost. And he looks so, I just found it interesting with this specific card that he always looks so downtrodden, like, oh, it's been a long day. And I'm like, why? He planted it, he did all this hard work, and you can see on the card actually, they've came to fruition. All he's got to do is pluck the pentacles off. And he just looks so wore and beat down. So, and I'm like, this doesn't really reflect, because the pentacles are already there, fully bloomed, right, in this card, even though he looks downtrodden. I find it very fascinating that, I get this kind of waiting period out of this. This is like that in between planting and harvest kind of mode. And then they came out with the Mystical Medleys Tarot, which I love. It's the deck I use for inner child work. And this really reflects, I mean, the pentacles are still there, but this really reflects how I felt about the Seven of Pentacles. And the thought came back to my mind, is the juice worth the squeeze? And I feel like sometimes I may, and it just really hit me. Sometimes I may plant the seeds and I'm like, okay, I'm planting the seeds. I planted, my future. I'm planting everything. And then I get so bored of waiting that I walk away from it. And then it goes to shit. So that is what I see in this. He's so wore out from all the hard work he's done, and he's just like, I can't do anymore. I can't. And that's how I feel a lot of times in the Seven of Pentacles. It just, you're waiting for so long that you give up. And meanwhile, a day or two later, your harvest is ready. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm babbling, but whatever. And then I got this card from the Tarot of the Sacred She. I love this deck. And of course, it's calling me out because the key word is timing. And I found that very fascinating because here you've got snow, yet tulips are coming out, which is my favorite flower. And I just this card blew my mind when I saw it. I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what happens. And it made me realize maybe there's a reason why I continue to walk away before the harvest is ready. So that has caused me to kind of take a deeper look into why am I walking away? What's so bad about waiting around? But at the same time, if you're waiting around for long enough, you're like, nothing's happening. I had a bad crop this year. Clearly nothing's happening. And so, I just find that fascinating that this is again, another card that reiterates that it's all about the timing. And if you're walking away too soon, you're never going to get your harvest, right? So then I pulled from the Modern Love Tarot, this card just because I don't understand it. You have the Seven Pentacles, but you have two people, and he's kind of like holding her like she's trying to walk away. Oh, maybe that's it. She's trying to walk away, and he's like, no, we got to stay for the harvest. Maybe that's it. Yeah. And that, interesting that it follows that card specifically, because then because when I pulled it, I'm like, I don't understand this. But now that I just said all that, it makes complete sense. Interesting. I do want to read from that and see what it says here. Oh, wow. Just totally passed it up. I'm just going to read the general meaning here. Seven of Pentacles is keywords: rewards, patience, audit. And you know what? Patience is the key word here. Patience. Have patience. I always joke, my whole life I've joked that I was stating in a different line when God was handing out patience, because I have zero patience. I've always had zero patience. I don't like waiting around for anything. And maybe that's the whole point of the Seven of Pentacles in the month of May, is like, you know what? Stop trying to force time. It'll get here when it gets here. And so, yeah, this is quite eye-opening. It says, just like successful business audit their operations regularly to see what is and isn't working, healthy relationships need to do the same. Through this reflection, you can see what is being neglected and where energy is being invested. You're being called to take stock of what is and what isn't working for you, the relationship and your future. So it's almost it is like, she's like, I'm done with you. And he's like, no, hold on. And then it's got the Seven Pentacles reflecting that, you know, maybe you should take stock of what's going on in reality. Interesting. Yeah, that's quite interesting. I do love this deck. This deck I just got in May or April, and let me tell you, it is. It may be a love deck, but it's hard hitting, and I love it to pieces. I don't know. I feel like that's all I wanted to show you or tell you about. It was on point this month for, this card was on point this month for what I went through. Basically, like I said, it was a waiting game for everything. Like, I went to work and did my thing. We also had a holiday in there, and it was just like very slow and very laid back and very, like, not laid back in a, relaxing kind of way either. It was kind of like, we're waiting for the other shoe to drop, or we're waiting for that flower to finally bloom that we've been waiting for all spring, and it's late spring and it's still not bloomed yet kind of energy for the month of May. And I found that fascinating when I realized this morning the Seven of Pentacles was my card of the month for May. So it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, I don't know. That's all I got. I can't even think of what else I can do on this video. I don't even remember what else I normally do on the video on the card of the month. I just find it fascinating. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And I guess y'all have a good night. Bye.